Welcome to Goblins Dynasty, home of the green and orange and the pride of South Dakota. Charismatic first-year head coach and Alabama alumni James Grinder is looking to make a splash in the Mountain West, bringing in new recruiting talent and attempting to bring Sioux Falls to its first national championship. Now, we will be playing this on Heisman difficulty, just because anything else is not fun. And we are starting with the Lobos roster. So, because just, I don't know, the preset ones are kind of boring. I wanted to start with something that had some sort of semblance of class to it. Let's check out this depth chart. We got Devon Dampierre at QB. He will be our starting QB for likely 2 years because he's a 79 overall. Over at running back, we got the electric Eli Sanders. He's got shifty. He's got 93 speed. This feels like we're going to be running the ball a lot. All right, we got junior receiver Luke Wysong. I will probably immediately put him in the slot and absolutely feed him. 95 speed is going to be electric down the field. Decent tight end, except I don't think I ever want Isaiah Silimon to... I don't know how to pronounce his name. To see the field just because of 55 speed. So let's put Hunter above on the depth chart there, because that's ridiculous. I mean, ugh. Left tackle is not good. 69 overall. We have 83 overall left guard Baraka Beckett, who's going to be good for us. Mackenzie Angelo is going to try and hold down the center. Richard Pierce at right guard, Travis Gray at left tackle. So the offensive line's looking a bit rough. Gabriel Lopez probably isn't going to be the best player for us on the edge. Same over there with Moso Ipala Tuatele. If I butchered it, I'm sorry. Defensive tackle looks a lot better though with Kyler Drake and Bryce Santana. Even got Devin Brant Epps and Dejon Benton in the back. Dimitri Johnson looks like an all right power rusher, so we'll probably throw him in on those third downs. Jaden Wilson's got a little bit of speed, decent acceleration. Santorenos looks okay. And then Randolph Kapai is also a power rusher, but 67 overall is pretty brutal. Let's see what the auto reorder does for us. Yeah, he's still up at the top. Corners are looking okay athletically, but definitely not going to be any shutdown corners here. So we might have to have offensive shootouts. Luckily, we do have Christian Ellis and Tavian Combs over at the safety spots. Neither of them are super athletic. Christian Ellis is decently quick, but he looks like he's got plenty of skill. Might even be worth bringing one of them in at corner. We'll see what strong safety looks like. Noah Avenger looks like he's going to play a good role for us. Junior, we'll get him at least 2 years here. I like that he's pretty quick, good change of direction, decent man coverage and zone coverage and press. So he can do it all at a decent level. And then kicker and punter, looks like we got plenty of power. We should be able to hit some field goals with decent accuracy, but it's definitely not going to be the strong suit. So we're going to start it off at the Horde with FCS Northwest. Going to get to see that beautiful home stadium. Then we're going to play 16th ranked Arizona in our rivalry game, and we will hopefully win. Then we get that bye week, followed by Auburn, Fresno State, New Mexico State Open, and then Air Force, Utah State, Colorado State, Wyoming, San Diego, Washington Open, Hawaii, and then we will see if we make it to Army Navy week, and we'll see if we make it to the Mountain West Championship. I'm not going to do any editing yet. Depending on how this season goes next season, I could throw in some of those SEC teams, but we will see. That might be looking too far ahead. All right, let's see who wants to come here. It's not a lot, unfortunately. So basically any 3-star that wants to be here is getting an offer. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's many skill positions that want to come to the the South Dakota Goblins. That Lobos roster was a bit rough starting out, so we might have to do a bit of convincing just because this is bad. I'm basically, I know we're probably going to over recruit here, but we're okay with that. We are going to be moving a lot of talent around to try and get some guys that we think are going to make a bigger impact than the ones that we have here currently. This is a new regime. These aren't the Lobos anymore. We've moved. We're in South Dakota, and boy, those people don't have a lot to look out for. So we're going to try and give them anything. Really, we're just going to be throwing stuff out there at the beginning. As we get more hours, I will be able to go through and kind of fine tune who we're trying to recruit. But currently, we just don't have that option. Yeah, I definitely need to take off a couple players. This dude's name is Madden. Come on. I'm going to go through. This is not the optimal way to do it, but it's going to be the safest way to do it. I'm going to offer scholarships on all of these guys. And then I'll know exactly how many hours I have left and what I'm working with. And then from there, we can scout and weed them out. I know it's going to be a waste kind of at the beginning, but it's going to be worth it to me just so I don't have to waste my time figuring out exactly. I mean, I guess I could just do, 35 times 5, but we don't know if we're going to be doing that many. We'll keep him here. I'm more interested in the vertical threat for sure. But we are going to start with 35 targets. I know we are not going to be able to keep 35 targets on here. It's going to be impossible. We will not be able to compete with all of them. But we want to keep those options available if by some semblance they're interested. And with, I think, all of my scholarships offered. Yep, I've offered all the scholarships that this team can handle. So this is going to be kind of my final overview. We are going heavy into defense and offensive line, hoping to kind of build out the trenches. We know we got good running backs on the roster. We can get good running backs in the future if we need to. But this is what we're looking to do. So we only have 350 hours, so this is going to be rough. But it looks like we are the only offer for a majority of these players. With both of these guys not getting any offers from anyone else, I might let it sit. Like I said, we are going to prioritize the guys that have gotten offered from other teams. So Nick Bullet, you're getting 25. And also Nick Bullet would be a fire name to have on the roster. Usually when I do recruiting, I go for kind of like the long haul method where we're just staying in the fight for most of these. And eventually, is that Texas? Please don't offer. Where we're going to try and get as far through the season as we can. Eventually we'll pick up a couple players, but the main thing is going to be finishing out some of those players' recruitments and then putting it towards the guys that we're waiting on. We'll see how we're doing next week, but I'm hopeful that we'll have a decent looking recruiting class here. In FCS Northwest, James Grinder's first game of a head coaching career. Luckily, this is a good matchup for us. We're going to come out in our homes. We're not going to get any of the cool jerseys out yet. We got to keep them for later. Oh, no intro. We're just going into it like that. I guess since it's an FCS school, we don't get a cool run out animation. This feels like it's going to be a run first offense. We know we have a skilled running back. Our quarterback's pretty decent too. The main issue is going to be, can this offensive line hold up? We know we have holes. Our left guard's going to be our best player. And we need Sanders to be able to pull a lot out for this offense. Bouncing off the line, spinning around to try and make a play. We'll come out and read option here. I know Dampier has a bit of speed to him. Ooh, go. Let's go. Okay. Running for the first. We're going to spin outside. No, we are not. We're going to get tackled. Let's set up a screen to Sanders just because we kind of know he's one of the faster players on the field, so he's going to be one of the best players on the field. Just waiting for those blocks to set up, but we were too patient with it. They have two linebackers down. They're one high. It's probably a bit dangerous, but I'm going to do it anyway. Doesn't matter. Sanders has the speed. I'm liking Winsong on the corner. I'm going to read this left side. See what I can get here. Yep. Sling it out. Winsong. And he's going to take it all the way. 10 touchdown. That corner route shredded the FCS defense. And we'll get out here, we'll kick up the extra point, and we'll go to defense. This defense is going to run as a base 4-3. It's just going to be optimal. And we read the wrong hole there. Go flying off the left-hand side, but the other linebacker's able to clean it up for us. Fake handoff. Checks it down with a loss of 3. All right, coming out in our nickel defense. Let's see what we can do here. Kind of shading back. Can't make the tackle in time. Had to take the over route. All right, feels like they got to run it here to that star running back. They're not. They're going for a pass. I'm kind of bailing deep, but it does not matter. He gets it to the tight end on the over route. All right, we're going to break off. Yeah. And Lopez is going to get the sack. Gabriel Lopez forcing a 3rd and 16. Definitely going to be dropping back here. Let's go cover 3. Give him some space to work here. That under route won't work this time. He's running 4 verts. We're covering downfield. If we can get some pressure, he just throws it out. 4th and 16 is going to be an FCS Northwest punt. And the South Dakota Goblins are going to take over at home. And let's get it started with a Sanders run. Gonna cut inside, but there's nothing working. Let's try this levels concept. We'll run play action. Gonna be looking for Sillimon or Davis most likely. Definitely gonna be looking for Davis here. We kind of step back into the pocket, maneuver, fire a bullet, and Davis makes a big scamper down the right-hand side. All right, it looks like we could bounce this to the outside, and we will. There we go. Sanders off to work. Couldn't break it back inside, though. Gonna get cute with a little play calling here. Going with the wide receiver screen. Ooh, I thought he was going to get stuck in that blocking for a little bit longer. Would have been nasty if we could cut that outside. But that's all right. We'll get Sanders going here for the first down. He's just faster, so we're going to cut that up the middle as soon as possible. Sophomore D biting down on it. He was ready. After a big run, we will try and run play action. We might be able to hit the end zone with this, depending on their reaction, but it does not look like they were faced. So we'll get it back out to Sanders, who tries to dive for the pylon, but is going to be knocked out at the 1, maybe even inches here. Let's see if we can get it to him again. We're going to be watching those 2 linebackers coming down, seeing which holes they pick. Neither dive. Touchdown. Coming out in a 4-3. We're going to see if we can stop them from breaking outside. Let our DT shed and make the tackle. I just don't think that this Sharks offensive line is going to be better than our D line. I mean, they are 60-something overall. Trying to get out there with Wilson. Quarterback makes an errant throw over the middle. They got to come out, convert a big 3rd and long. We'll run some cover 3 sky and drop back. But they are coming out 5 wide. Wouldn't be surprised if they hit one of the shorter routes for a decent gain. But the quarterback's feeling pressured, and he's just throwing it away. That Sharks offensive line is not doing them any favors. All right, Sanders is feeling hot. Let's see if he can take this one back, and he can't even break away from the first guy. This smash concept worked really well last time. Instead of Wysong, it is Trujillo, so not loving it. We'll just hit him over the middle. And he starts moving with some breakaway speed. Luke was feeling it there. If he's more open there, ooh, I like this. Looks like the safeties are going to come down. We got linebackers blitzing. Wysong, we're going to just keep stepping back. Should get open over the middle. Does not. We'll hit B here. Look at how open this is. This is a pretty easy play call unless they bite in on the run. We get out to Trujillo. Spin move. Unnecessary juke move probably costs us the touchdown there. All right. I'm probably looking for Bruckler or Davis. Could be a Wysong. Not really seeing much here. Gonna roll out with Dampier. Get it down to the 2. Just run a goal line halfback dive. This FCS team is not doing well. They stuff it, but we still get a yard. We're much closer. It's probably at the inch line at this point, so we're just gonna run it again. Trust that our line is better than their line, which it is. And he's going hopping in again. Just diving right between those players. Field goal's up and good. We're going to take a commanding 21-0 lead on FCS Northwest. And it's going well. They are not producing much, and we are producing every drive so far. Make the tackle. Okay. He just wiggled around that outside defender. We're going to keep coming out in this base 4-3. It's been working for us so far. Read option. Quarterback makes the wrong move. Takes a hit. Probably run some hard flats here just because it's 3rd and 6. They might go with a check down. See if they can run it. 22's looking a bit dangerous. But no, they're going down the field and Taylor swats it away. Bryce and Taylor with a big deflection to set up a 4th and 6, and FCS Northwest will punt it again. Depending on how good the blocking looks, which is a lot better than it has before. Sanders going to cut this outside, spin back in, get us into the opponent's 40. No one gets open. Quarterback fumbles, and big man's going to try and return it, but he's not going to get anywhere. Looks like Sanders got stuck up on the line there, so he gets our quarterback in a bad spot. We're going to come out and see if we can get him back with a blitz. All right, they're running the ball. Let's see if we can cut him off. Decent tackle. Don't like him getting 5 there. Come back in this base 4-3. They're running the same like vertical option running back pass where they're gonna, it's not an option, but they're motioning the receiver back, faking the run, and throwing a vert, and it has not worked. I see the CPU run this all the time, and as long as you just drop back with that linebacker, they're not getting anything on you. All right, they're kind of running flats. We got a curl here. I'm gonna come up and make the tackle because he's gonna run for it. All right, let's see if he can hit this field goal. I mean, college kickers do miss, but this is Heisman, so I wouldn't be all that surprised if he didn't. It's going up, and it just sneaks in. It's good. FCS puts up their first score of the half off a QB fumble on a failed screen attempt. They were ready for it, but it doesn't matter because Sanders is faster. Gets us down to a 3rd and 2. Just going to run a simple inside zone here. Depending on how the blocks shape up, this could go inside or outside. Should have hit that outside a hole harder. And South Dakota Goblins are going to have to make their first punt of the day. Hand off to the running back, reverse it with the wide receiver, but big hits coming in from Ellis. You could smell that one coming as he ran down the field. Right, here we go, run to the right. Let's see if we can plug it up. Excellent job by Taylor Shedden on that left end position, stopping him from getting outside. We're gonna run a fireman blitz here. Gonna press up these corners. We're more worried about the run. If they hit a pass here, that's how it goes. And we just plug it up. We fill those run gaps. And they're going to have to punt. When this FCS Northwest team has not gotten turnovers, they have not been able to get any points. Looks like the run's been failing us a bit as of late, so we'll just hit this quick drag route to Wysong, maybe hit a spin. Gonna come out. I'm looking down at this fade here, and it looks like he got open. We're throwing it deep. Number 7 with the catch and the diving touchdown. 31 just did a poor job covering that. He let him break outside, or he faked the break outside, got back inside, and 31 just got burnt. Easy touchdown. Dampier's 11 of 13 for 230 and 2 touchdowns. All right, we're going to keep coming in out in this 4-3 cover 3 base defense. Seems to be working really well against these Sharks. Fake the handoff. I'm going to walk back here with a tight end, and he just throws it away. He's going to run an over 2. But, oh, our corner gets burnt on the comeback. We had perfect coverage over the middle of the field. Quarterback has been getting it out quick, but if we can make him get it out too fast, or get a sack from Lopez, we'll be looking real good. We'll start off with a screen. They've been doing a good job at covering it so far, so hopefully they forget. Looks like they didn't do the best job this time. We'll juke back to the outside, try and get a block from 12. Probably looking at 7 here. Maybe a Wysong or Sanders. We'll see. Okay, instant shed on our right tackle just put us into a horrible position there. We'll let this clock tick down so they don't get any more time. I'm going to be looking for Davis here. Hopefully he's going to get open. I'm not seeing much though. See if we can run around in the backfield a bit before just chucking it to no one. 0 seconds left on the clock. We'll go into half. These Goblin fans have to be happy with what they've seen so far. 28-3. Luke Wysong's had a great first half with 3 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. We'll see y'all in the second. Receiver in motion. Gonna fake it. They're running this vertical play again. He gets pressured, but he gets it off to the tight end downfield for a 20-plus yard gain. Got to get some pressure quicker on that. Gave him too much time in the pocket. Able to let it develop. Run to Wilson. They're going to cut it back out, but Taylor sheds the block and spins around to make the tackle. No, that was Gabriel Lopez, who's having a monster game. 3 TFLs, 2 sacks. Who was I calling? I was calling Lopez Taylor. I don't know who Taylor is, but he might be on the team. All right, 3rd and 10. We've got him to a 3rd and long situation. Looking at 10 and 12, this looks like some sort of corner or over-under route combo that we got going on here. Over-under. And they'll take the under. They'll get 6 yards. Maybe if they throw that sooner, can kind of cut it in between the linebackers. They can get the first like they did in the first half. But nothing happening there. All right, the South Dakota Goblins are back on offense. Let's see what we can get done. We keep getting recommended these screens, so I'm going to keep trying them. This offensive coordinator is committed. Hit a spin move, get the first down. That was kind of all Sanders there, so not much other than that. Come back to the pass. Probably looking Wysong's way if we can get it deep, but I don't think we're going to be able to, so we'll just check it down. I mean, is it a check down if you get 15 yards? Let's go. To be fair, we are, you know, smashing on a lower team right now. This corner route is always interesting, and it looks like we're gonna get it again. Throwing a bomb down, and Trujillo's gonna get a 2nd touchdown of the game. Number 7 getting 6. Dampier's had a great game. 15 attempts, 323 yards, 3 touchdowns at this moment. Probably gonna be a run here. I was wrong. It's a screen. It doesn't matter. You can hear her go, ugh, as he got hit, threw that ball away. Let's rock a cover 3, get the ball back, score again, rinse and repeat. See if we can get a good Sanders run going. Trying to use that left stick, get a big cut going there, but he just didn't move very quickly at all. Felt like that should have been a much bigger gain. Big fumble from Dampier. Wow. He got touched and the ball came flying out. See if we can get a stop here if they're going to get their first touchdown of the day. Oop, that might have been bad. Yep. Big hit, but they're down to the 3. I bet hard on that play action. And he's going to be wide open, but doesn't get across the line. We're going to be able to hold him here, maybe. We just can't leave them wide open like that. We're going to keep Ellis down to the line. Hand off. And he's in. There's just a wall of defenders there. Nothing was going to stop him. Or wall of blockers. I'm putting this on a post. I want to see what we kind of got going. I don't like it. Simply put, I don't like it. But that's okay. We're going to get out of the pocket and out of bounds with Dampier. All right, let's see if we can get an inside zone run working. We'll run it to the short side of the field. Cutting it out. On the move. Hurdle. No, nothing. He didn't even give me the hurdle attempt. He just kind of put his hand out. So far, Eli Sanders hasn't been cooking too hard. Quick wide receiver screen. Let's get it to Davis. And the quarterback just misses him. I don't know what I just selected. Okay, we're running this again. Gonna read this left side. Yeah, probably should have thrown either of them sooner. It's okay. Ah, it's not okay. Dampier gets wrapped up. We're at 3rd and 28. We're gonna have to be going long on this one. Let's run DBL corner switch. Probably looking for Medford or Davis if we want a chance. I see 2 high safeties, so unless they do what they just did, I'm still throwing it deep. It's our only option. Davis does not come down with the ball, and we are gonna punt it back to the Sharks. So much for getting this game over quick, huh? Sharks, if they can get a couple good drives, might be back in it, but I doubt they will. They actually do go with the wide receiver sweep. I thought they were going to be faking it. Doesn't really matter. They only get a gain of 3 because our edge defender held up well. Snapping the ball. He's taking it outside, and he's getting nothing again. Going to be coming out in that cover 3 sky. We're going to drop some hard flats. We're going to get him off the field. Running just curls. And he just misses. I don't know who he was throwing to there, but no one was available. Call was not answered. All right, kind of a deep punt, but Sanders might have some blocks to work with here. We're gonna see if we can cut it back in. Guy comes off the right side of the screen, just makes a big tackle. Let's get a PA read going. This FCS defense has kind of started to lock it down a bit more in the second half, but we're gonna try and float one. We're getting hit. All right, let's run some PA crossers. The best play in Madden 24, so see what we can work with here. We'll take 3. Probably gonna have to throw it again. A good stick and nod never hurt nobody. Probably need to get Wysong in the slot for the next game. Oh, bad throw by the QB. It's gonna be picked off. Looked like 21 was backing off there to cover the streak, but he dropped it back in on that and got a pick 6. Putting FCS back in this game. If they can just keep getting these turnovers, every time they've gotten a turnover, it's led to points. See if we can hit a inside zone or 2 here. Dampier's cold. I would be too. Gonna bounce this one outside with the quick cut. Sanders is off to the races immediately. And it looks like we're putting FCS back where they're supposed to be. Lower on the scoreboard. Sanders has been kind of waiting for that breakout run this whole game, and he finally got it. That puts him at 200 plus all-purpose yards on the day and 3 touchdowns. Massive day for Sanders. Obviously, James Grinder's first game, but I still don't think he's going to be happy with all those turnovers. Definitely going to need the boys to tighten it up next game. Running, cutting it outside. Big hit from Kapai. If you know how these names are pronounced, please let me know, because I don't. Fake handoff, just an over route. They hit the check down. Coming back out in this hard flats here. Looked like it was an RPO, so I dropped back to get that slant covered. Obviously, they just handed off because of that. Luke Wysong's been kind of quiet since the first half. He got nothing in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if we can remedy that as we get to the 4th. I assume they're going to be a lot more pass forward now. Down this much, so let's come back out in this nickel. Combs just covering up multiple routes there on the play. Locked down absolutely everyone. These linebackers know how to drop. 3rd and 6, hard flats. Let's see if we can get him off the field again. Going underneath. This is going to be a sack. Lopez. Is that number 3 on the day? He's been a wrecking ball. And down this much in the 4th quarter. They got to go for it on 4th and 14. This looks like it's 4 verts right off the bat. So I'm not too sure they'll convert this one. But it's not 4 verts. They got a guy coming over the middle and it's deflected. Not open at all. We had a linebacker lurking. And we're going to try put up some more points on him. Just get this out to B. We had pretty good block in there. See if we can... Oh, gonna go for the hurdle. See what we can do. This inside zone play worked out really well for us on that break-off play. I kind of like the way it's lining up here if we get it outside. And it's another Sanders touchdown. It's going to be his 4th of the day. Yeah. Our linebacker just kind of bailed backwards. Didn't feel like covering his guy, I guess. But they're going to get a couple. This cover 3's been really effective this game, so we're going to stay in it. They're running the screen. We get there, and we get to the quarterback as well. Nothing to throw on the screen. He holds onto it for too long and takes the sack. Now we just get to play our game, drop back and cover. We got a lot of over the middle routes, but he's going deep. Ellis with a nice deflection. And they've given up at this point. They're punting. We'll put them down quietly. We'll probably start chewing the clock here. This looks like something that if I want anything, we got to break this off outside. Yup, and we're able to a little bit. Let's see if we can juke back inside, use that block. Nope, not much. But we'll turn chew clock on. We'll call this game. All right. There is a read option there. It was covered. Give it to Sanders so he can lose a couple yards. And now 3rd and 5, we are going to have to call a pass. We will run PA, see if we can catch him on it. And it looks like B's just going to be wide open as long as we thread it properly, which we did. This whole Goblins team has looked great today. Really proud of the boys so far with how they've put up. And we're getting another broken run outside. It's going to be another big game. 17 rushes for 175 on the day for Sanders. He's looking good. Kind of what we expected out of him coming into this game. We knew he was going to be one of the fastest guys on the field. Getting it to Medford, I think that's his first catch of the day. Just a quick drag route between the linebacker and the flat defender there. And here, probably looking Buckler's way. Yep. No. He gets away from him somehow. 31 takes the worst angle you could ever see on that. And Buckler sneaks into the end zone. Turns out we're not chewing the clock. Turns out we are keeping the shootout going. But it's one-sided. This is like if you're in a cowboy duel. 10 steps and then the guy shoots 10 shots into you before you get one off. Kind of biting down on this curl. No one open. He's getting sacked again. That one's coming from 22. Dimitri Johnson with his first sack of the day. 3rd TFL. Another play on 3rd and 13 where we just get to drop back into coverage. This looks like it might be cover... Nope. I was going to say it might be 4 verts, but I started talking all wrong. Forcing a 4th and 10. They're done with this game. They just want to get out of here. No more fighting spirit left in them. They're just going to punt this out. This looks like it'll be a pretty decent run if 56 can get up and block, which he can. Hit a juke, get the first. Probably need to start hitting the spin more often. It looks like it'll be more effective for us. Henry's coming out. Just kind of following the wave of blockers there. We'll take 6 as we continue to chew. Zone toss could be a bit dangerous. I've seen this play get blown up, and with the amount of guys they got on that side, it might get no perfect blocking to the outside because there's a holding penalty. He breaks it inside, and he's going to take it for a touchdown. What great effort for Sanders, only for it to get called back. All right, we'll give it another shot. 2nd and 16. Gonna keep winding this clock down. Just kind of breaking up the middle. Henry's gonna get 8. Coach is gonna want to call this pass play. See if we can get 8 here. We got Buckler, Medford, Davis. Those are my main reads. Looks like I'm going Medford. Wide open on the corner. Is this gonna be another touchdown? It's not. He steps out of bounds. Oh, that would have been dirty. But with the way they're lined up here, they got 2 deep safeties. This might be Sanders' next touchdown. Ooh, gives it down to the 1. Let's see if we can feed the beast. Get Eli Sanders a 5th on the day. Just embarrass these guys. I'm running inside zone. They're going to pinch. We just bounce this to the outside. It's a touchdown. Bounce to the inside. It's a touchdown. There's no bouncing needed. He walks in, dives in. That's 20 carries, 193 yards, 5 touchdowns, and he's got at least 50 through the air. That feels like National Player of the Week. Goblins now up 63 to 17. Stupid beatdown on the Sharks here. Kind of going back. Curl routes looked like that should have been hauled in for a first, but he just drops it. All right, dropping back. They're just running this again. Curls, they got a slant on the right-hand side, just a bit of stick still. And he had guys open on that play. It's clear that this quarterback does not feel comfortable. He's trying to get the ball out. He doesn't want to get hit anymore. Nothing open downfield. Another throwaway. Had 154 yards for a while now. I don't know when his last completion was. 48 seconds left. Let's see if we can get some redemption on this toss. They're kind of spread out a bit wider here. I'm a bit more wary. But maybe we cut it in. Breaks a couple tackles. I mean, he got, what, 8 yards there? Can't complain, but it wasn't the insane play that happened earlier. Going straight up the middle here. Probably going to be a first. Just kind of bounces off his blockers, takes it forward. And that's going to be the end of the game. QB kneel from Dampier. And the Goblins walk away with their first home victory of the season. Guys are happy. They're celebrating. They're excited to be out there in South Dakota. Bit cooler weather than it is down in New Mexico. Eli Sanders with a monster 206 rushing yard game. 5 touchdowns on top. And that is going to be the first episode of South Dakota Goblins franchise. We get 2 coach levels out of that. I mean, you gotta when James Grinder comes out there and shows them that we mean business. I will see you guys in the next episode with a recruiting update and our next game. If it's a bye week, we'll send to the next game. But I think we got Arizona up. Should be a harder game. See you then.